Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to this week's episode of Tuesday Preppers, where we talk about the news that's coming out in the game, and we talk about items and abilities that exist in the game that you might be able to use to help you get ready for that. And this week, I was definitely surprised to see that we've got some exciting stuff going on earlier than I was expecting. So let's take a look at the news, and we see right here at the top, Clash of Wills. I was really expecting this to take longer, because we just had this end last week, and now here we are a week later and we have Clash of Wills. So I was really surprised by this, but we can still get ready for it. So what we know about this enemy, I'll go ahead and pop up on screen. What we know about this enemy is that it is an insect beast. It is weak to wind, earth, and dark. There are some tricks to it that you have to use wind damage pretty much every turn, as well as, dealing earth or dark to try and keep it from boosting its stats. So there's lots of ways we might be able to do that. It drains MP, it does poison, and you want to keep its MP drained as well, from what we see here. So yeah, we want to go after insects and beasts. We'll be doing that for sure. We also have the going along with that in the new unit, we have the equipment enhancement event coming with this katana, which is pretty neat, as well as the Clan Master's headband as a reward for completing it, which gets you equipped katana, which is pretty cool, and Ashura synergy, which is neat because we just got a newly upgraded version of Ashura. So lots of good stuff to get in item world, but not a whole lot to talk about. And then this one right here, which is also very cool. We're getting the Chamber of the Vengeful update. We're gonna get our first new quest of this, the Vestige of Morgana, and so there's lots to do here, lots of Lapis to potentially earn by doing 12,000 unique clears for the community. So we want to make sure we get that done, and so it's important to go in and do it at least once, that way you can get stuff. Because look at down here, these rewards are really cool in my opinion. This rod is two-handed, non-elemental, and has LB damage on it, as well as true double hand, and then this also gives you magic and magic true double hand. So these rewards are good. I'm a big fan of this. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to get in here and do some of this and go back and fight Morgana again. It's been a year, so we're ready to fight her, as a permanent boss instead of a Clash of Wills boss. So that's exciting. We're also getting new story and new vision cards and new units that I haven't fully decided on whether or not I want to pull yet. I'm still thinking about it. I want to see the numbers in game. But yeah, so let's talk for a second about killers, right? So we know the big one that I'm more worried about right now is Clash of Wills, because that's time limited. So it's a beast and insect. We've talked beast a lot before. And don't want to go too crazy talking about beasts right now, because the trial that I'm kind of geared for that I want to show tonight is one that's going to get us an insect killer because it's rarer. But there are some good ones. Scorn of Aim and intermediate version is like probably the best one to do, because you can get Beast Killer Plus off of that. But there are definitely some good items like Irvin's STMR, If It Rains STMR. And some good stuff like that. But beasts, it's more common. There's lots of good stuff for beast out there. Insect is a little rarer, so let's talk bugs. If you haven't done it yet, you can get Insect Eater's Sense from the Death Machine Advanced version. That's pretty hard if you're not ready for it, and we're not going to do a clear on that just yet. There's lots of clears out there. Maybe someday after we can get a little easier with some new units and stuff like that. I've done it. I just we're not focused on extremely powerful units in this series. We're trying to use like budget units. And so Insect Eater Sense is not going to be one that you're going to pick up with budget units, but that's definitely one you want to do. Insect Buster, we are going to go ahead and do tonight from the Scorn of the Demon Chimera extreme version. It's a fairly hard fight, but we're going to do it in a couple of turns and get it done using a team of the EX units that we call the EX team. So there you go. You can also get Bug Killer Plus from Scorn of the Marching Insects and the new Gloomwing Advanced version, as well as regular Bug Killer from Gloomwing Intermediate. So lots of good killers now for bugs as trial rewards. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, we are going to go ahead and do the Insect Buster tonight. So tonight, whatever time it is for you. As I mentioned before, my goal from now on is going to be try and use the EX squad is what I'm calling them. These are all units that you can get to EX plus 3 in the special shop. If you go over here to the EX coin shop. You know, Medina, Squall, Warrior of Light Bards, etc. All these units you can get to EX +3 just from using in-game resources, the EX coins right here. But I've also decided that I want to flex this out a little bit, and I'm going to add a couple of units to our repertoire. I'm also going to add Neovision's Reign, Blue Mage Fina, Runda, and Savior of Souls Lightning, because all of these are units that are free to players, you know, currently in the game. You can go and get Runda for free. You can go and get Blue Mage Fina. They may take a little bit of work, but you can get these units. There they are. So that's our new plan. And so you'll see why. You know, we're going after Scorn of the Demon Chimera here, and we needed a physical tank. And so Runda's going to fit that bill for us really well. We need to use no items, evoke an Esper, and beat this thing within 15 turns to get all the rewards. But the main one we're interested in is Insect Buster. So if you can survive the onslaught and take as many turns as you want, go ahead and do it in more than 15 and you're good to go. We're just going to grab a friend for this one. And the reason we're going to go ahead and grab a friend is there are lots and lots of Esther friends out there. And we're just going to go ahead and take one. Ideally, you're going to want one that does have Beast or Demon, because this is a Beast and Demon enemy. So just grab the strongest one you can find. This one, you know, Play Z, we're going to go ahead and take. Play Z, I don't know who you are, but thank you for your Esther. We're going to go ahead and use your Esther. Here's how we're set up. Beatrix in the shift form is just geared for magic and magic resistance, so spirit. And then water and wind, because the boss has water and wind magic attacks. And some non-elementals too, so you want to have some high spirit, some high HP. Here's how I've got her geared. You know, there we go. Does have a vision card. And she's on tetrasulfide for wind resistance. Runda is geared fairly well. We've got some evasion, not full evasion, but we've got some evasion. You could go full evasion if you wanted, but he just mainly got his own gear for death immunity, really important. And then just some defense trial gear. This is a chronicle weapon that you can craft in the game. And then his own, you know, the Provoke 2, and then just some free stuff and trial stuff. Pretty cool. Free vision card. Runda's pretty solid for this, and Runda's going to be doing the physical tanking, of course. Gilgamesh is mainly going to be in the shift form. Has a weapon that does disease. You don't have to use this one, but you want to disease the boss if you can to lower their stats. Aaron Yes Ring is from an old trial. We're not doing it. Golbez armor was from another trial that we did. You could put whatever you want. He's just chaining at this point, really. You can remove all this magic stuff. He's not doing magic. Okay, whatever. He's not doing magic. Cool. Oh, happens to have this vision card. Yeah, he's just doing. This is the important thing. A disease weapon. Same thing for Shadow. Just wearing a couple of disease weapons. Medina, technically geared for beasts and demons. She's got Diablos, or no, Bahamut, for her Esper. So she's got Demon Killer and Beast. You know, does pretty well there. She's gonna be casting some spells. Not really using like the full MP build, but she does do well. And then we've got our Esther friend, who's, you know, I assume geared pretty well. Let's take a look. Yeah, geared pretty well. Doesn't have the right killers, but you know, it's gonna be okay. Not the right killers for what we're doing anyway. This one's looks like it's geared for Ashura, which is fine, and we're gonna do just fine. Because Esther is ridiculous, right? We're relying on our friend unit here, but these guys are gonna help Esther do her thing, which is kind of cool. So first and foremost, we're gonna have Runda go ahead and use Runda Scan. Runda's got preemptive magic cover, or a physical cover. So Runda Scan's gonna just reduce the damage taken. There we go, as well as fill some LB gauge and stuff like that. Beatrix is just gonna get ready by using Saintly Protection and Cover for next turn. Gilgamesh is going to use the Genji Blade, which is going to do all the resistances we need, and then do Tornado twice. Secret Sword Art Naginata for LB fill, and hoping to get Esper Orbs, and LB, yeah, just doing some damage. Hopefully diseasing the boss as well. There we go. The boss is diseased. It's got that kind of purple color. We can see that. Shadow is just going to allow us all to mirage with concealing shadow. Lower the boss's accuracy for how long does this last? 4 turns. Physical accuracy down 4 turns, 25%. It's going to help a little bit with Runda's tanking. And that's really all we need to do. I guess we could do Finesse Blade. No, that's not that. Lingering Assassin's Blade, just to do some gradual damage. Tiny, tiny little bit. Yeah. There we go. Would also maybe disease the boss if we hadn't already. So that's kind of cool. Medina is just going to get ready to do a little bit of chaining. She's going to buff herself up and do that. Lunatic's Metal. Yeah, doesn't really matter. There we go. And then our Esther friend is going to use Energizing Bunny for a Demon Killer buff. Calm Before the Storm and True Storm Brand to give Lightning and Imperil Lightning. There we go. It boosts its defense every turn, which is why using Esther's a little bit janky. Because, yeah, Esther's a physical attacker. You really want to use mages if you can. But Esther's strong enough that it's not going to matter. And we're going to go ahead and do some damage here. We're going to use Bunny Bolt Blitz. We're going to use Quad Cast. Thunda Ja. There we go. And then Runda and Gilgamesh are just going to chain Bolting Strikes. Bolting Strikes, there we go. Just to kind of hit the boss. And the only thing you can do to lower its stats is disease it, which we have done. So we're going to do as well as we can. And we were hopefully going to get some Esper Orbs as well. So we can cast an Esper on turn 3. And here goes. Okay, we didn't get all the Esper Orbs we need. We're a little short. So we're going to have Shadow go ahead and do some chaining just to hopefully get some more orbs. I don't think we're going to get any more. Yeah, figures. And Beatrix is going to use her LB. For more mitigations and stuff. This is a magical turn, so she's going to jump out in front. There we go. Here's some incoming magic. Kind of hurts a little bit. There we go. Beatrix does a pretty good job tanking this with all of her spirit and stuff. So we are still a little shy of summoning an Esper. So what I'm going to try and do on this turn, because this is a physical turn, we're going to have her go ahead and try and get some orbs with that. Here we go. Oh, we are so close. Okay. We're going to try a little bit more with Shadow. And maybe Medina can get us the rest of the way. All we need is one. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ah, okay. Looks like we're not going to do it. So we're going to go ahead and kill. We're not going to get the Esper done. That's okay. Oh, maybe we'll be okay. We might be able to get... Maybe this won't kill the boss and we'll be able to go on turn 4. And that'll be fine. We're just going to chain here. Yeah, we killed the boss. So, no Esper for us, which is fine. We just don't get a 5-star summon ticket. You know, whatever. There we go. But we got Insect Buster. And nobody died, and we didn't use any items, and we definitely got it within 15 turns. So there you go. That's some insect killer for you right there. Just to show you our breakdown, you know, our Esther friend obviously, you know, carried this. But this wasn't even an Esther that was really geared really well for this fight. And still, you know, did all the things we needed Esther to do that's really going to help us knock this out. So there you go. Maybe that's a cop-out, using a strong friend unit to kind of carry the fight, but you know, my point in that is with those units, because Runda did tank a lot of damage. Without Runda there, you know, the party would have been wiped by the physicals. And then same thing with Beatrix, you know, tanking the magic attacks makes it easy to kind of survive. So yeah, there's getting some Insect Buster. Now I want to talk about one more thing. You know, the other day on Friday in the Ask an Old Mog series, put out a video where I was talking about mastery crystals and intrinsic abilities, and we were talking about in the video, kind of speculating, you know, what would be good intrinsic abilities for, you know, for Sky or for some of the other units. You know, what would be cool if we could get them, and now we know. So if we go to where is it? Miscellaneous updates here, we see 4 new intrinsic abilities that we're going to get, and honestly, these are going to make Olivera and Sky very, very good in this current Clash of Wills. Speaking of Insect and Beast Killer, this is ridiculous. Sky's gives 2,000 flat attack, 80% attack, physical and magic damage against beasts and insects, 250%. As well as Dragons and Reapers increased by 150%, and boost the damage of certain abilities. This is going to be very, very good for Sky. This is going to be best in slot for Sky, and she's already relevant because her damage is, you know, still super, super good in Clash of Wills. This is going to keep her there. She's going to maintain her spot. Her Clash of Wills damage is going to just get that much better because she's going to be easier to gear. This doesn't massively increase the damage of her limit burst, we don't think. At least it doesn't say it does. It says some abilities are going to be increased for the modifiers, but like, think about how much easier this is going to be to help you gear your Sky. So if you've gotten a Sky before, and you haven't been using her, this is going to help you get your Sky very, very strong. Same thing with Olivera here, 1,000 magic, 3,000 MP, and then 80% magic and MP on top of that, as well as boosting the magic physical damage for beasts, humans, insects, and plants. Beasts and insects again. So this is going to be very, very good for Olivera, plus 200% damage for various chains. This is awesome. Not to mention these, right? So I think this is good for Starlight Alina and for Yoshikiri. Yoshikiri's is probably better than Starlight Alina's. Alina's is probably the worst of the batch, but still good for her for what she needs to do, what she wants to do, which is do damage. This is going to help her to gear more easily for that. Sky's helps you gear more easily for killers and for attack, so that you can give her HP and defense and spirit if you need to. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited about these and really looking forward to them because they're going to help us. They're definitely going to help us with this current Clash of Wills, and we'll see. And that's all I've really got for right now. You know, it's a short one compared to other stuff I've been doing lately. But yeah, we'll see you in a couple days on Thursday for new content night over on Twitch, where we'll start playing through Clash of Wills and start doing story updates, and maybe check out Chamber of Vengeance too. I'm really looking forward to that. So we'll be playing with it and working on it. And until then, everybody have a good night. See you later.